over is how do you use Benchmark Universe online? We use booklets in our classroom a lot and we handwrite on the booklets. Now, that's an option you have if I'm assigning you something that is in the booklet you happen to have. But I also have other things I may ask you to read, like the small readers that you've seen in Rattler reading or other things. And I'm going to show you how to go onto Benchmark Universe online because you may not have the text that's being assigned to you in paper version. So this is going to help you out with that. Now, here are all the instructions that I'm basically going to go through. So feel free to pause right here and read through it if you would like to. These are all of the instructions at a glance that I'm going to walk you through. Again, like I said before, we're going to start by going to MyConnect, and you can go to My Plan, sign into My Plan, and click MyConnect. That's totally fine. Or sometimes we have issues with My Plan. If that's the case, go to www.myconnect.powausd.com, and that's going to go ahead and help us out a lot. If you go to the direct link, which is myconnect.powausd.com, then you're going to have to log in. If you go through My Plan, you do not have to log in because you already logged into My Plan. After that, you're going to see the main menu. You're going to click my name, Demetrio, and then you are going to select Benchmark Universe on the very side of the page. And you're going to click assignments and you'll see what I assigned you, which is awesome. Now, my little trick is that after you click, if you are trying to go onto Benchmark Universe, if you press the control button and then click assignments, you'll see Benchmark Universe as its own screen. So let me go ahead and show you that. So if you go to our website, you see here is our website. On the side here, we have our menu. And if you click Benchmark Universe, then that will take you to the Benchmark Universe like you are used to. It will load. You're going to go ahead and click assignments and you'll see what I assigned you. But I'm going to go ahead and skip forward on going to go ahead and come back here. I'm going to show you the tools that we have online before moving forward onto Monday's text. So there are 4 tools that I'm going to show you how to use, and you are going to go ahead and use them through Benchmark Universe Online, like I just showed you how to get to. Now, the 4 really important buttons are the Edit button, the Edit button, which looks like this. It has a picture of a hammer and a picture of a paintbrush. There's the Save button. The Save button looks like a picture of a cloud. We have the Play button, which is a sideways triangle like play buttons usually are. By clicking the Play button, the text will be read aloud to you, which is awesome. And then there's the Close Reading Notes. The Close Reading Notes button opens up a little spot on the side so that you can type notes in the margin of the text. And when this is really important because anything you type in the side, in the margins of the text, I get to read. So we're going to go over what you're going to be doing and what that should look like. Now, when you open up one of the ebooks, it's going to look like this. When you first go on, you're going to start by clicking the Edit button. The Edit button is in the top corner. After you click the Edit button, it will say Edit Mode right here. It will not say Present Mode. So you're going to click the Edit button. Oops. You're going to click the Edit button. It's going to say Edit Mode right here. Awesome. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and read the text. And you're going to read the text either by reading it like you would any text, or you're going to go ahead and press the play button and it will be read out loud to you, which is another great option. After you've read the text, you're going to go ahead and start to think about what notes you're going to take. The notes are going to go on the margin, and you're going to click the Close Reading Notes button, which is right here on the side. You're going to type any notes you have. When you're done taking your notes, you're going to go ahead and click the Save button, which is the picture of the cloud. Now, if you forget to if you forget to click the save button, I don't get to see any work you've done and nothing's going to show up for me. You have to click the save button or I am not able to see the progress that you have made. So make sure that you click the save button when you are done. So before I go back to the other text, I also want to talk about, well, how exactly are we going to use the close reading notes? What should you actually be typing in the margins? So you're going to be, sometimes you'll be answering specific questions. Um, Often I will be asking you to type in the key details and the main ideas of the text you're currently reading. And you're going to type them in the margins by clicking that close reading button I showed you before, which is right here. And you're going to type your answers in sentence form. So, a key detail is basically any information or details that helps you figure out what the most important idea of that section is. So, you're going to start by writing the key details. Now, key details are puzzle pieces. You get multiple puzzle pieces, you get the entire puzzle put together. The key details are the puzzle pieces themselves. The main idea is the whole puzzle because it's what, in your own words, is the most important thing that you read. That's the whole puzzle. You're going to use the key details as the puzzle pieces to kind of figure out, well, this is a detail that I'm reading, that's a detail I'm reading. When I put those two details together, I get a bigger picture. The main idea is the big picture of what you're reading. Now, I'm going to go back to Earth water cycle. Now, what I did, oh, sorry, that was my cat. Um, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click the edit mode button. The edit mode button has a picture of a paintbrush and a hammer. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click type customization name. You're going to type a name, doesn't matter what it is. Yes, you notice it's saving. And then now it says edit mode in the corner, which is fantastic. Now we're going to notice a few different things. In the corner, it now says edit mode. And it has these grid marks on the side. I got to this again by clicking the edit mode button. Now, if I click the play button right here, it will read out loud everything that's on the page. This is what the close reading button looks like. This lets you type notes in the margin. Now, if you click this button, you're going to see some other options like, for instance, you can highlight the text, but keep in mind, I don't see anything that you highlight. So feel free to highlight different parts of the text if it helps you figure out the key detail, but don't highlight the text if you're thinking that that's going to show me what you understand. Only highlight for yourself, not for me, because I don't see anything you highlight. All I see is what you write. I mostly see your close reading notes right here. And then again at the end, we have our save button, which is the cloud. You don't really need to print this out, but you can. You'll notice there's a print icon here. If you want to print, you can print this out and you can just read the pages. I believe that is an option that you have, but that's something for you to keep in mind. So this is our text for Monday. It's called Earth Water Cycle. And it's by Kira Freed. I'm going to go ahead and erase some of these notations that I made. So in Earth Water Cycle, you'll notice there's a few different sections. We have what is the water cycle? Where is Earth water? We have what does the water cycle cause? How does, excuse me, how does the water cycle cause weather? And we have the glossary and we have the index. If you're reading this on your own, again, you can go ahead and press the play button because we have a few different resources that you can always use when you're doing this. If I'm not here to read it, you can always go ahead and press the play button to have it read aloud. But of course, you do have me right now. So, Earth's Water Cycle by Kira Freed. So this page is awesome because it goes over some of the vocabulary that we're going to be using. Precipitation is a fancy word for rain. And you can see in the picture, we have this arrow showing the clouds and the rain right here. Um, the water cycle is a whole process. We have the rain inside of that process. We have water vapor in that process, but it's the entire process as a whole. It's not just one thing or another thing, it's the entire process. We have condensation, which is, you can see in this picture, there's like little droplets of water. These are the droplets, little drops of water that you see on that tea, on that teacup. Evaporation is when water rises and evaporates off of the ocean into the sky, and you can see the arrows pointing where they go. Groundwater is underwater sources of yeah, where water gets stored underwater, and water vapor, like you can see in this picture with that awesome fog. So this just goes over that important vocab. So what is the water cycle? The water cycle is a pattern in nature. The water cycle is happening all the time. Earth has huge amounts of water. This water is always moving. The water cycle moves Earth's water to different places. Water changes form as it moves. One part of the water cycle is evaporation. Evaporation happens when the sun warms liquid water. Then the water changes form. The water becomes gas. The gas is water vapor. We cannot see water vapor. We can feel water vapor on some hot days. Air feels damp because it holds large amounts of water vapor. Now, if I wanted to, I could go ahead, I could press tools, maybe. Oh, I can go ahead and I can press tools. I can press highlight. Again, I don't see what you highlight. I just see what you type on the side. But if you're going through here thinking, I want to remember that evaporation is important. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight evaporation happens when the sun warms water. So then when I'm going to take my notes, I have that to help me as a resource. Now, again, as your teacher, after you press the save button, I'm not going to see the highlights you put. All I'm going to see is what you type on the side. But as you're going along, you may think to yourself, I need to know that gas is water vapor, so I'm going to highlight that in order to help me. Um, let's see, what else do I want to highlight to help me? Oh, water vapor. You can, when the air feels damp, I'm feeling the water vapor. That's a good real life example of water vapor, humid days. So my next step after I've done that is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click the close reading notes button, and I'm going to type what are the key details I read on this page. So then you're going to go ahead and on here, you're going to write one key detail is blank. What's one important thing that you read about? Maybe there's more than one important thing that you read about. Awesome. Then you can say another key detail is blank. These are just some sentence trains to get you started. You don't have to use them, but this is a way to kind of frame it. And then when you're done, you can go ahead and click it, and you're going to go back to this page. And then you're going to go to the next page, and you're going to keep reading. Again, as you read, you are more than welcome to highlight whatever you choose. You can even choose different colors to highlight different things for whatever reason. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to keep reading. Now, I'm going to stop here, but as a reminder, one of our next steps after you're confident with the key details, eventually you're going to come up with our main idea. So, how I would write that is I would say the main idea is blank. That's one sentence frame to get you started. You could also say the most important thing overall, because that's what the main idea is. It's the most important thing overall, is blank. Here are some sentence frames to get you started as you're doing, again, the main idea. Eventually, you're going to have to write the main idea. And things to keep in mind are you could have one main idea for the whole short ebook that you're reading. However, sometimes you're going to notice that there are headers. When you have multiple different headers, then you may have, I'm going to skip forward until I can go ahead. Oops. If you have multiple different headers in one section, then like here, now we have a whole nother section. We have where is Earth's water? Now looking at this, I may say that, oh, it I have my I have a new section. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put my I'm going to say what I have to have my main idea because I'm in a new section. When it says where is Earth's water in big bold letters, that's a header that tells me I'm about to go to a new section, and that's my hint. Oh, maybe I should come up with the main idea for the first section before I move on to the new section. So it's good to go back. It's good to go back, and it's good to, before you move on to the new section, go back here into your close reading notes and think about, what is my main idea? The most important thing I read in this section was blank. And as you're writing your main idea, think about the key details that you said were important from before. Because again, those key details are puzzle pieces. You fit those puzzle pieces together and you get one big idea from those small details. So I hope this helps. I stopped on page 9, but you're gonna go ahead and read this whole ebook today. And I want you to keep in mind our focus today, our key details, our main ideas. Now, after you have read the entire thing, I did not read the entire thing, I just got you started. But after you have read the entire thing, after you have main ideas for each new section, and you know it's a new section because you see those headers that are big and bold, you're going to press our save button, which is right here. We're going to click our save button. It says changes saved right here, and then you're done. You saved the changes, you are done. And I will be able to go on there and I will be able to see what what you typed on the margins and the side. And I'm going to be looking for, did you come up with the key details? Those are the puzzle pieces, the building blocks. Those are the smaller ideas that help you point you in the direction of the one main idea. And the one main idea is, what's the overall point? What's the What's the point of reading this? What's the main idea? Is generally that. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care. See you soon.